The morning sun shimmered on the runway of Los Angeles International Airport. Inside the cockpit of Skyjet 308, Captain Reynolds and his co-pilot were running final checks. Among the passengers in row 12 sat Amelia Cross, a 26-year-old woman with calm gray eyes and a quiet smile. She wore a simple white shirt, her hair tied back in a neat ponytail. No one knew she wasn't just another traveler. She had once been a fighter pilot, known by her Air Force call sign Viper 1. As the aircraft lifted into the sky, the world below turned to miniature clouds and sunlight. Families chatted, business travelers opened laptops, and flight attendants rolled carts down the aisle. Everything was peaceful, but Amelia's eyes were fixed on the wing. Years of military training never let her relax completely in the air. She noticed the faintest shimmer of turbulence and a small vibration deep within the engine tone. "Probably nothing," she whispered, yet her instincts didn't agree. 40 minutes later, at 34,000 feet, the cabin lights flickered. A deep metallic groan rolled through the fuselage. Then the intercom crackled. The co-pilot's voice trembled. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing a minor technical issue. Please remain seated." The tone in his voice wasn't minor. Amelia looked toward the cockpit. The captain was slumped forward. Oxygen masks dropped from the ceiling. Passengers screamed. The plane shuddered violently as one engine coughed fire. A flight attendant stumbled toward her. "Ma'am, the pilots, they're not responding. Can anyone here fly?" Amelia froze for a second. The memories she had buried, the training, the adrenaline, the fear, all came rushing back. She stood. "I can." The cockpit smelled of smoke and burning electronics. The alarm blared as warning lights blinked in furious red. Amelia climbed into the pilot's seat, heart pounding, hands steady. "Come on," she whispered, scanning the panels. "You're a C-37, not that different from a bird of war." She flipped the oxygen toggle, restabilized the ailerons, and silenced the stall warning. The flight attendant strapped the unconscious pilots into rear seats. "Tower, this is Skyjet 308. Both pilots incapacitated. One engine down. I repeat, one engine down. Passenger at the controls. Static." Then a faint reply. "Skyjet 308, identify yourself." Amelia hesitated. "This is Amelia Cross. Call sign Viper 1, silence." Then a sudden shift in tone. "Copy that, Viper 1. We're alerting military command. Hold your heading." As the plane descended, alarm screamed again. A second engine began sputtering. She fought the controls with all her strength. Outside, passengers prayed and cried. Meanwhile, deep within NORAD command, a controller's eyes widened.
"Viper 1?
That's not possible. She left the Air Force 3 years ago. Within minutes, 2 F-22 Raptors launched from Nellis Air Base, streaking toward the civilian jet's coordinates. Back in the cockpit, Amelia's vision blurred with smoke, but she stayed calm. "Skyjet 308 to control. I've got 200 souls on board. I'm bringing them home." At 25,000 feet, the plane's right wing caught fire. The smell of burning fuel filled the cabin. Panic rose like a wave, but Amelia's voice over the intercom was calm, commanding. "Listen to me. I need everyone to stay seated and trust me. We are not going down today." Through the windshield, 2 F-22s appeared, gliding beside her in perfect formation. The lead pilot's voice came through her headset. "Skyjet 308, this is Eagle Lead. Say again your identity." "It's Viper 1, Amelia said firmly. "Negative," came the shocked reply. "You're dead," Amelia smirked faintly. "Not yet." The fighter pilots adjusted position, one moving ahead to scout airspace, another staying close to monitor her altitude. "We're with you, Viper. What do you need?" "Clear weather corridor and emergency runway. I can glide her in." Every second felt eternal. Hydraulic pressure dropped. The altimeter spun down, yet Amelia kept her breathing steady, just like the countless drills she'd survived before. Ryan, the lead F-22 pilot, whispered over the comms. "Ma'am, the world's watching. You've got 200 lives in your hands." "Then let's make it count," she replied. Below them stretched Edwards Air Force Base, its massive runway glinting in the afternoon sun. Fire trucks and ambulances lined the strip. The right engine exploded in a final burst of flame, the cabin filled with smoke. Passengers screamed. Amelia fought the yoke with everything she had left. Flaps full. Gear down. The F-22s followed on her wings like guardian angels. The F-22s followed on her wings like guardian angels. "You're coming in hot, Viper. radioed Eagle Lead. "I know," she said. "I'm not aiming to land. I'm aiming to survive." The wheels screeched on contact, rubber burning, sparks flying. The aircraft bounced, skidded, and slid down the runway before finally stopping in a storm of smoke. For 5 full seconds, no one moved. Then a voice cried out, "We're alive!" Cheers erupted through the cabin. Fire crews rushed in. Amelia opened the cockpit door, her face blackened with soot but her eyes bright. Outside, the 2 F-22s soared overhead, dipping their wings in salute. The commander on the ground stared in disbelief. Who the hell was flying that plane? A firefighter smiled. They said her name was Viper. Amelia stepped out onto the runway. The sunset turned the sky to gold. Reporters, emergency crews, and soldiers gathered, but she just looked upward, whispering to herself. Once a pilot, always a pilot. And as the crowd cheered, the fighter jets disappeared into the clouds, leaving behind the woman who had just rewritten aviation history.